Testing. Check, check, check. Ready.
And are we rolling?
Wait, hold on. All right, that's better.
Tell me about Break the Chain, because I think that's the kind of, for us who have been with you forever, I think that's the one that kind of makes all of us like, touches everybody.
Thank you. So Troy Tomlinson called me and he goes, hey, there's this kid called Mark Siblia that I think you two would hit off. And I'd never heard of Mark. And called him up and he goes, yeah, I got a house here in Nashville. It's got a little studio in the back, just come on over, So I was touring and I had a day off. And I went, okay, well, let's see what happens. You got to be in it to win it, right? You got to suit up and show up. And I had nothing, I had no idea, nothing. And I walk in, meet him, and he's got this guitar, it was called a Del Oro from the 1930s, acoustic guitar, with a rubber bridge on it and looked like flat wound strings. And it was funky look, I'd never seen one. And I picked it up and played this riff and just felt beautiful. And this riff came and while I'm playing it, he just grabs he's already grabbed the mic and he's put it in front of me and he's hit record and he's like, God bless him, because that's what you should always do. Just start recording. And played the riff, added another part on top of it, and then this melody came and this song just came really quickly. And melody came really fast, but in this case the lyric came as well. And while he went over and started working on the acoustics and adding some keyboards and things, I just sat on his couch and got out a legal pad and started writing with pen all these words, and they just kept coming and coming and coming. And I get to this second verse about my dad, and I just start bawling my eyes out on this couch of this complete stranger's house. And I'm sitting over there just crying like I'm in therapy. And he looks over at me and he just says, must be true. And then went right back to work again. And it was such a perfect thing to say, because it just kept me in the moment. And then I just kept writing and writing, and it was all done, and grabbed a mic, did the vocal, and it's just one of those beautiful moments of a song's meant to come.
It feels really vulnerable. Was it hard for you to share that?
No, it wasn't. I've been sober a long time and have worked through a lot of things in relation to my father, who was alcoholic. But I think it's an ongoing process of seeing. The thing that helped me the most in recovery was being able to separate the addict from the person. And my dad as a person was amazing. Very, very smart, very talented, very creative. Always smelled good, always looked good. He's just a badass. He's cool as hell. But he was an addict. So his addict was not nice, not good, not a good way to be raised, just not. And so this sort of weird conflicted love-hate relationship with my father has probably been most of my life. And ultimately always trying to reconcile that in some way.
How do you forgive him for that? How did you forgive
Because it wasn't him, it was his addict. And the only thing is that it was hard for that generation to get sober, No excuses, but instead of putting all my effort into all of that, I'd rather put my effort into what I can do different and maybe break the chain and do things different. And I'm a flawed individual. I still make big mistakes, but I'm trying to do things differently, raise our kids different. There's a lot of things I take from my dad that were really good, and a lot of things I do not do because they weren't. And I'm trying to do things different and break the chain, and that's how that song came, very quickly.
I hear you describe all of the things about him that you call badass, and they're all everything that I've known Keith to be for the last. He always smells good. He always looks good.
Thank you, Dad.
Yeah.
You know, and my mom too. I mean, I love my mom. I mean, I am who I am. I'm a product of both of them, very, very much. I wouldn't be, my mom is very friendly and outgoing, and I wouldn't be an entertainer if it wasn't for my mom. And I wouldn't have the artistic thing that my dad had. It's, you know, just a wonderful artist with an unfulfilled life. And I want to break that chain as well and do things different, you know, try and manifest the life that he would have had he had been sober. I think it would have been a very different life.